Now to part 4 of the webinar, Refining Your Initiatives.
We'll talk about is actually refining your initiatives. Refine your loyalty initiatives so that you're focusing on attracting new customers, the right crowd to your file, but you need to do that without alienating existing customers. And one of the things that you can do is in your loyalty rewards. Make sure your loyalty rewards are motivating the desired customer behavior rather than just rewarding business as usual. One of my clients, they've established that some of their growth, or a large part of their company growth, is going to be dependent on the expansion of their private brand merchandise. But their loyalty program didn't even focus on private brands. There was no special incentive or no motivation at all to get customers to shop those private brands. So once we were able to shift our loyalty reward structure and actually motivate private brand shopping, we saw increases of 20–24% spending in that area, which we had really identified as a growth opportunity for us. Secondly is break away from those traditional channels. Direct mail, my mailbox is just littered with direct mail, and most of it is general, most of it is not relevant to my specific lifestyle or my specific needs. Email is a little bit better, but Facebook is good, right? So I do a lot of business with a company called La Tienda. It's an online retailer of Spanish foods and beverages, and I get most of my information because I'm a friend on Facebook. Also text messaging. There are more and more text programs that wireless providers are providing that's unlimited text or broader text. So having that ability where your customers can opt into texts so that they know that, hey Vicki, today only come into Starbucks and we will give you a free beverage, or we will give you a free something when you come in and buy your grande non-fat latte. That's all very spur of the moment, it's very relevant, and it drives the behavior that day. It's more of an immediate driver of behavior. Also, be careful. KPIs can be misleading. I was talking with a client the other day who said, our loyalty program is doing perfectly fine. We have 65% of our customers are using the card. But what they didn't realize was 65% was using the card, but they're not doing anything different than customers who aren't using the card. Their margins are actually worse than customers that weren't using the card. I had a client say to me a couple of years ago, hey, we have stemmed our customer churn problem because we have just as many customers coming in the front door as we have going out the back door. So we feel comfortable, we're measuring our new customer counts. Again, deeper analysis showed that the value of the customers going out that back door was 2.5 times greater than the value of the customers coming in the front door. So while there was 1 for 1 with a customer count, the dollars spent was horrendous, and they needed 2.5 times the number of new customers coming in the front door than they actually had. So don't just rely on standard KPIs. Dig under the covers a little bit deeper to find out what's really going on with your business. So to summarize, what you don't know about your customers and what types of customers you have in your file can and will hurt you. And it will hurt you in the most possible painful spot, which is your budget. You know, we're all living in the realities of stagnant budgets or budget cuts, right? We're expected to do more with the same dollars or less dollars. So not knowing who you have in your customer database and how you should be marketing and managing those customers can be very painful for you. So I encourage you to delve in and understand what's going on so that you can know those crowd and capitalize on that knowledge. Create those special strategies that are unique to the nuances of those customers so that you can start to transform those wrong crowd customers into the right ones. Do that by tweaking your initiatives. making sure that how you've structured your program is very targeted for your audience. Back to the Southwest Airlines example. Those guys are great with how they have tweaked their business model, their initiatives, so that they're attracting more and more of those business travelers. Now, if some of the other regional low-cost airlines decided that they wanted the business traveler too, but they hadn't tweaked their initiatives, they hadn't tweaked their business, they still had only 1 or 2 flights that were available in or out of cities, that's not going to work for them, and it will be a miserable failure. So make sure you are attracting those who you want and need for your business. And keep a close eye on the customers that are forming in your database. You don't want it to be too lopsided. You need those clearance customers, those who are only going to shop for 50% off. You need them to clear out your merchandise, but you don't need 80% of your customers to be those. You need some regular price customers too, so make sure that you're keeping an eye on the balance, your customer mix, that you always know what your mix of customers is, so that you can predict your business and you can grow your business.